Welcome, everybody, to the Locker Room Rant, episode 17. Fellas, August 31st. Tomorrow, we're going to wake up. The calendar is going to say September. And then the countdown begins. Football is here. September means football. As always,
fall's coming.
As always, I'm Tony. I'm here with John V and Nico. Please,
what's happening?
Take some time to hit subscribe down below. We're stuck on 99 still, guys. I don't know if you saw that. We're still stuck on 99, trying to hit that milestone tonight.
We need a C now.
Oh God, I don't know is this too early for penalty box?
He could put himself in there. It could be a record.
I'm still trying to get my bearings together, and you're already begging for the penalty. A C note?
Dude. A C note. You're right, dude. You have already ruined the show. A minute 30 in, dude, and you've already ruined it.
What's up, Melissa?
We got some bad weather going on here. So if we freeze a little bit, my apologies, but I want to dive into some preseason week 3. We got a lot to cover today, fellas. Hello to everyone that's in the chat. Hopefully, Nick and John, can you guys try to keep the chat together?
Yeah.
And I'll try to get to as many comments as possible. There's a lot of shit going on. Melissa, doing good. Izzy, doing good. I see our boy Havoc. Havoc's back. Love me some Havoc.
Come on, Havoc.
Good to have you guys. 49ers now. What's happening?
No.
So first and foremost, guys, a hurricane hit New Orleans. Thoughts and prayers go out to those people that were affected. I know the New Orleans Saints have been affected. They still don't know where their week 1 game's going to be against the Packers. I think they're looking for contingency places to have that game played. Which sucks that they're losing a home game, especially against the Packers. It's going to be tough enough to get to those Packers, let alone not being home. But thoughts and prayers go out to those people that were affected by that. What do you guys think? Anything on the New Orleans Saints and having to move, or should we just keep on going along?
Just keep on going along.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I have a little bit of input. Hold on, man.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
The Niners had to move into Arizona temporarily last year, if you guys remember.
Wildfires.
Yeah. And COVID. Santa Clara kicked us out of our own stadium. Actually, it was COVID. I don't even think it was the wildfires. They just they wanted to keep the numbers down, and they booted our asses out of our own stadium and sent us packing. But it sucks. I don't think any team should have to do it, but under these circumstances, you gotta do what you gotta do. What?
So you can't play underwater.
No, absolutely not. I'm not saying that you should. I'm just saying that it sucks for a team. Oh, you are already working my nerves tonight. It just sucks for any team. What the hell? Kind of. It sucks for any team that has to relocate, man. It's no fun. It's no fun.
Izzy said COVID was the reason why they moved. Wildfires were week 1. Man, I remember them showing, I think they played a game with the fires in the vicinity. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but they showed the scenery, and there was just smoke everywhere. I'm surprised
like an orange haze, right? It was it was ugly. It looked like the end of days. It was nasty. But the air quality was somewhat above the air quality was good enough that they could play. So they did.
Havoc started his cross-country move from Atlanta to Vancouver, Washington.
Wow.
He's in Utah now. You started on Sunday. Today's Tuesday. Havoc. Are you walking to Vancouver, Washington?
Taking time to see the sights.
Gotcha.
Got
I didn't know if you were
Great Lake.
taking a skateboard.
Maybe stop at the Grand Canyon for a little bit. Why not?
I got you. All good stuff. Yeah. So we'll see how that shakes out with the where the home game is played. As he said, there's a talk that it might be in Dallas, which I think I heard that today as well. So preseason week 3, Trevor Lawrence lit it up. I don't know if you guys saw him. He went 11 for 12, 139 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Granted, it was preseason week number 3, but he lit it up, to say the least. Thoughts on Trevor Lawrence, John?
I think he's everything that that they hoped he'd be in the number 1 pick. I feel it's a little too soon. I'd like to see him week 1 and go from there, because let's face it, guys. I mean, backups are no match for ones. So let's see him behind the ones. If Jacksonville has a significant difference in personnel, I don't know that their ones are any better than their 2s and 3s. But I think let's see him in a regular season game when everything's on the line.
Yeah, and I think week 1 he's going up against Houston Texans. They kind of have a depleted defense.
Right.
No JJ coming at him. I think he'll have a nice, I won't say easy, but no game in the NFL is easy, but a favorable matchup come week 1. Nick, thoughts on Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the guy was the best quarterback in high school. The guy was the best quarterback in college. He's going to be good. I mean, the odds are he's going to be really, really, really good. So he had a shaky first week in the preseason. He's not on a good team, and he's thrust into the starting role. Listen, it is what it is. Like, he's going to have a couple growing pains here, but eventually he's going to be really, really good. You probably put a bet on that.
Take it to the bank.
Take it to the bank. About as safe an investment as you'll make.
I don't like your mom.
What an assessment, and this confidence that you have tonight, that you this confidence that you found. I don't know if it's from that godforsaken draft that you did last night.
I had $100. I put it on Trevor Lawrence being good.
Yeah, he's got a little swag about him tonight.
A little swag about me. I'm high on the world right now. Just shaking and baking, making moves. It's a good day. Keep this going.
Holy shit. You even used like when you said take it to the bank, you used like a mafia voice when you said it. Like take it to the bank.
Take it to the bank.
Jeez, you're really pissing me off right now.
You are fucking embarrassing.
Anyways, moving on from Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen, my boy, had an outstanding week 3 of the preseason. Again, I'm not getting too excited, but he looked really sharp. He was 20 for 26, played the whole first half, which I was surprised. Obviously, he had no Diggs. He had the rest of the crew, though. Went 20 for 26, 194 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Might be
Gabriel Davis.
that
pass. The pass to Gabriel Davis was amazing. What was that? Maybe like 30 yards? 35? Yeah. Rocket. I mean, a rocket. I can't believe the difference in this kid's accuracy. He has just turned the tables. And I mean, he made a $250 million payday. So he's earning it, man. He looks good. He looks really good.
He looked good. We shut out the Packers 19-0. And it was against the Green Bay Packers, who have a solid defense, especially their secondary. So I was happy to see a good performance out of him. And look forward to week 1 going up against Pittsburgh at home. Nick, your Mr. Baker had a good
Baker the touchdown maker.
Jesus Christ.
We go again. It's the Cleveland Browns.
Oh man, dude.
Little Michael Stanley there for you.
I hope you
you,
get drug tested before you go back to work.
I want to touch on something that Izzy said. Is Lawrence or Fields this year's Burrow? That he will be killed behind that line. Talent is nice, but those other lines are trash. I don't think so. I think Trevor Lawrence is a bigger body than Burrow is. Fields maybe because he likes to use his legs a little more, but I think Lawrence is going to be able to handle the pounding he's going to take.
Can we talk about the Chicago Bears real quick? Hold on. We'll get back to your Browns in a second.
Okay.
Going with Andy Dalton. Charles Nagy, is that his name? Charles? Matt Nagy? Whatever the fuck his name is.
It's Matt Nagy.
So that dickhead.
Maybe it's Chuck Daly.
Charles Nagy. Wasn't he a pitcher or something?
Something like that.
I think he pitched for the Indians.
Yep, that's what he did.
So Matt Nagy, I'm calling him Chuck. It's Chuck Nagy.
Chuck Nagy.
His name's not Chuck. His name is
I don't give
Nagy.
a fuck. He's gonna be there for 2 years and lose his fucking job.
Eduardo, good to have you, man. Thanks for coming.
So Matt Nagy says they're picking Andy Dalton because they like what they've seen and they want to see what he can do. Haven't we already seen what he can do? Haven't we already seen what Andy Dalton can do? I mean, it's not like he's got the record like Jimmy G. It's not like he's taken a team deep into the playoffs like Jimmy G. We've seen what you can do, Dalton. We've seen what he can do.
Yeah, but have we seen him? I mean, they made it to the postseason many, many times. I think it was just a matter of coaching and personnel that prevented them from making it any further, mostly coaching. So, this is more so like a scout's honor that Matt Nagy somehow promised or made empty promises to Andy that he'd be the week 1 starter. Whether you think so or not, it doesn't matter because this is what everybody else is talking about.
Well, I don't care what everyone else is talking about it. I have my own opinion.
Denise G. Shout out to Denise G. that made it to a live show.
She is actually the first lady of TNT, which is a Rumbo show. It's a bunch of Niner fans that swore her in. They made her part of their crew, and she's the first woman of their crew. And it's pretty cool. Denise, thanks for coming out. She's a crazy faithful and a cool woman, man. You guys would like her. She's a real cool person.
Welcome to the show. Much appreciated for you coming out.
Roy boy, what's happening, brother? Thanks for coming, man.
I think Havoc's on to something where I think he's just going to be like a sitting duck. Like our offensive line is not ready for Justin Fields. Andy Dalton, good luck.
Here's the thing. Like Dalton's not a complete scrub. He's not a complete scrub. I think they feel like they can win with Dalton. I think they might feel Fields isn't quite ready and they don't want to throw him quite to the fire yet. I feel like if you have a Dalton, I don't see a problem with starting him week 1, 2. Eventually, he's going to get the Fitzpatrick treatment. And they're going to put Fields in there.
We are the Bears, shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you.
Sorry,
Nick, just stop with this swagger.
No trouble.
Stop.
We're just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle.
All right, let's get back to the Browns.
Here we go again. It's the Cleveland Browns and it's first and 10.
His swag's oozing off of you tonight, buddy.
Do it, baby.
It's bothering me. I don't know what you're on, bro, but I mean, Jesus Christ.
Hey,
where has that
flight compliments of the cruise through Elm Road, Warren, Ohio?
I'll tell you what, it's going to lead to a lot of penalty boxes tonight. I got a feeling.
Where has that Bush Apple and this swagger been your whole life, bro?
Apple White.
Nick, would you see out of Baker?
Baker oozed efficiency. He was pretty much he looked like the same quarterback that was at the end of the year last year. And I think the offense is going to run really well. I think everything's looking up in Cleveland right now.
what are some of his downfalls? What could potentially hold him back from making that push over the hill? Tony.
Let's start with me real quick. I think his downfall is Odell Beckham and trying to force feed Odell Beckham. I don't know why he thinks he has to. And I think hopefully, Odell saw what happened when he left last year. Baker saw what happened when he was out last year. And hopefully he's got more clout.
I feel that he does have
Force
more
feed
clout.
you. Sorry, Odell. This is my fucking team.
I feel that he does. He knows
I'm
that.
saying
And I feel
Baker.
like everyone. I feel like everyone on that team knows what's supposed to happen. I feel like Baker knows he can't key in on Odell, and I feel like Odell knows that he can't expect Baker to key in on him. I think things are going to change. I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if it reverted back to Baker keying in on Odell.
Okay, are you saying that because of Stefanski and the fact that he has more? He has the respect. He's not the pushover that Kitchens was.
No,
Or are you saying that? Look, Nick,
I just feel like it's lessons
Tony's.
learned.
You're saying that Baker learned his lesson?
Yeah.
Okay,
I never really blamed Odell because from all accounts, it wasn't Odell that was saying, Baker, you got to give me the ball. You got to give me the ball. I'm open.
How do you know that?
Because
He's a diva and he can be a problem. And I absolutely disagree with you.
There's never really been an instance of Odell being a problem with maybe a couple off the field antics that really shouldn't have been a problem at all anyways. Everyone
Nick,
from
where
all
the
accounts,
fuck have you been his entire career?
well, I mean, even if you were to watch, I think it was Marcus Spears. Tell me when Odell's been a problem. Give me an example of when Odell's
Who
been
the
a
fuck
problem.
does Marcus Spears know? What does he know?
I'm just saying, tell me when he's been a problem. Because people label players a problem and they don't, and they have no. It's just groupthink. When
Okay,
they label players being a problem.
let me give you a little bit of insight on your own team. When the offseason of 2019?
Okay.
Was that his first season in Cleveland? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So this is going to be his third season. Yes.
Okay.
2019
So
season was his.
So
first
the
season.
Cleveland Browns were supposed to go to the Super Bowl with Freddie Kitchens at the helm. The addition of Odell Beckham.
I would say that's a little far fetched. They weren't supposed to go to the Super Bowl.
It was far fetched, but
they were among the favorites.
They said
like
so, right. They were among the favorites, right? So your boy Odell comes into training camp in a limo for some photographs.
So did Willie Mays Hayes in Major League 2.
I don't give a fuck about a movie. I'm talking about Odell Beckham, and my point. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Your boy came to camp, got out of a limousine, took some photographs,
all right,
as if he were making a fucking difference, building that chemistry and gelling with his teammates, something that he should have taken seriously, did the photos and bounced out of fucking Cleveland. Didn't stay for camp. Did not partake. I don't like that shit. That's diva shit. That's some bullshit.
I mean, I don't remember him not taking part in camp at all.
He didn't.
You may run like Hayes, but you hit like shit.
He did not show up until it was mandatory. And I'm sorry, but if you're a veteran and you're a high-profile player and you're going to a new team, you should partake in camp because these are teammates that you need to build chemistry with.
First of all, I don't remember him not partaking in camp, but if he didn't, I guarantee you it wasn't a mandatory camp. It was probably a non-mandatory camp.
He didn't give a fuck because
you could say
Freddie Kitchens
no matter
was
what.
a pushover.
Well, yeah, Freddie Kitchens was a terrible coach. Okay. But in all accounts, Odell Beckham has not been a cancer. Even when he got hurt, he was pretty much a good teammate. All the Browns will tell you that. They could.
I saw Baker forcing the ball to Odell.
Everyone
shit wasn't happening.
If Odell was a bad teammate, Odell would not be in Cleveland right now. Trust me, promise me that he would not be in
It's-
Cleveland right now.
It's the money.
I think
It's
I
not
bet you
about
any.
it's the money. It's the money that Cleveland
No, they
has
would have forced
invested.
him out. The team would have forced him out. The team would have forced a trade.
Okay.
If
We're
he
gonna
was a
force out.
cancer,
It was like a $20 million. It's something stupid, bro.
if he was a cancer on the team, he would not be there. You're not going to be a cancer on the team. You get hurt. The team all of a sudden has more success, and they're going to keep you around for what? How are you making the team better? The team wants to win a Super Bowl this year. Okay? You can argue whether that's a possibility, but they're not going to keep a cancer around and ruin that. That makes absolutely no sense.
Haven't they tried to trade him since
I
they
don't
got
think
him?
they've been open to it, but he blew his knee, so everything went to shit right there, bro. Once he had that knee injury, it was over. But I bet you the Browns shopped him. Look at how successful they were without him. I mean, you can say that Baker forced the ball, but I think Odell Beckham was part of the problem. But
why do you think that? I keep telling you, give me an example, and you can't give me an example other than the fact that in 2019 he didn't show up for non-mandatory camp.
No, Baker was forcing passes to Odell.
Yeah. And everyone
in
on
coverage.
That team said it wasn't Odell that was making him throw the ball. Okay. It was just Baker that saw a shiny toy and wanted to use it.
Meanwhile, you got Njoku, Jarvis Landry, Higgins. You have Kareem Hunt.
After Odell got hurt, he had to spread it around to those guys, and guess what? It worked better. But
all they have to do is turn around and hand the ball to
that was
Chubb.
fucking Freddie Kitchens. Then it was the lack thereof coaching. Baker forced throws because he wasn't spreading the ball.
Nick, look at this comment from Havoc.
You're goddamn right. It's good. It's the greatest fruit drink. It's the greatest drink known to man. You're goddamn right.
That 3-week drive he has from California. That cross-country drive, he's going to need to squirt.
If you like apple and you like beer, try this. I won't lead you wrong, Havoc. I won't lead you wrong.
You're a goddamn hillbilly. I'll tell you what, Izzy, you're right. That was a distraction, and actually, it was kind of selfish because that took away from the victory. I remember that. That was some bullshit.
But either way, Browns offense looks good. Browns offense looks good, and I think the defense looks pretty good. We haven't even seen the full capabilities of the defense yet.
So aside from Odell Beckham potentially being a downside to Baker, what else could Baker's downfalls be?
I don't think in under Stefanski you have a downside of Baker. I don't think there is one.
Why is Stefanski going out there and throwing the fucking ball?
No, I think Kitchens uses him. I think Kitchens used him terribly. I think the offensive coordinator under Kitchens used him terribly.
I'm not talking about Freddie Kitchens.
Absolutely the way he should be used.
I'm not talking about Freddie Kitchens.
He uses them in play action passing, gets them out of the pocket a little bit, and allows Baker to make good decisions. And that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do to make Baker successful. Fact of the matter is most quarterbacks in the National Football League can be successful. Okay? Yes, certain ones have more talent than others, but they can be successful, most of them.
You have to be able to make throws.
Mitch Trubisky has a lot of talent. I guarantee you put Mitch Trubisky in the right position, Mitch Trubisky will be successful. You see, he
can make the right throws.
Ryan Tannehill is a good example. They weren't using Ryan Tannehill right. All of a sudden, he goes to the Titans. The Titans. All of a sudden, he goes to the Titans, and all of a sudden, he's a really good quarterback because they use him correctly. Not every quarterback can just go on any system and function
because he can make throws. You quit fucking acting like quarterbacks don't have to make throws. Like there
don't make throws. It's their job.
There are a lot of quarterbacks that don't make the throws and turn the ball over and have no success.
I never
Coaching.
said I never
Matt
said
Nagy was
gross.
Matt Nagy was the downside to Trubisky. I know that, and Matt Nagy will be the downside to Justin Fields as well.
Charles Nagy.
Charles Nagy might use Fields better.
You guys,
Fields
his
might
name is
help
Matt Nagy.
Fields
God damn it!
might fit better than Charles Nagy. You never know that.
I guarantee Charles Nagy
Matt
could do a better
Nagy's
coaching
garbage.
job. Guarantee
No,
you,
Matt
Charles
Nagy's
Nagy.
garbage.
Charles Nagy's a better coach than Matt Nagy.
Oh yeah, he is.
Just
Of
so
course.
all right.
All right, John. Let's hear about Trey Lance. Something about a bone chip or some shit like that. What was it?
Yeah, he chipped a bone in his finger and he's out for a week. And I don't really know much about it, so I'm not going to pretend like I do. Bush Light connoisseur down here, this dickhead, he should be able to tell us all about the bone chip.
I don't understand how a chipped bone keeps you out 1
Me
week.
either.
1 week? That's it?
Kevin Love would be out for 3 years if he had a chip bone in his finger.
Yeah,
Kevin
I
Love
feel
would
like-
be out for 3 years.
I feel like the 49ers listen, they know Fields isn't ready. And they're just be like, we're not going to throw the kid into the fire yet. So we're going to use the chip finger excuse.
Okay,
Or
it's
not
not
again.
a fucking excuse, Nick. I saw the kid's hand hit the fucking player's helmet in front of him. It was he threw the ball and he spiked his finger off the helmet.
So it
I
just
don't
affects
know
you-
where the.
just affects you
I'm
1
not-
week.
I'm sorry, you know what? I wasn't there for the X-rays, so I don't fucking know. But at the end of the day, it probably doesn't feel very good, and he probably needs to sit it out, put it in a splint, and let it heal. I don't know. A week is just. I don't believe one fucking thing that my own
Exactly
Kyle
what-
Shanahan says. I don't
Previous
believe shit that he
49ers would have
says.
cut that finger off.
Yeah, Roy Boy agrees. Go Ronnie Lott with it, buddy.
Okay, Ronnie Lott cut off his pinky at the knuckle. He didn't just fucking hack off the whole goddamn limb.
Just cut the part off where the chip's at.
I bet you Garoppolo. I didn't see him when this took place, but I bet you he did one of these.
I mean, look, man. Shanahan was alternating quarterbacks every down, and it was insane. It was confusing the shit out of me. My head was spinning, and I talked this over with Nick the other day, yesterday actually, and he tells me that this shit ain't gonna fly.
It's not
And
gonna
I said,
fly.
you know, who the fuck are you to say it's not gonna fly? How do you know?
I'm Nick motherfucking Cletus.
Oh God,
Mhm.
Dude, send him.
And
Send him.
that'll do it.
send him. Peace out. We'll see you in third. Billy.
Goodbye, motherfucker!
Oh boy, John. I don't
Did
know.
you watch it at all, Tony? Did you see the alternating of quarterbacks?
I thought that was. I've seen it before, but I thought it was kind of stupid and childish. Like, come on, just let a guy get into the flow. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's preseason. You can do dumb shit like that in preseason. He's not going to do something like that in the regular season. Let Shanahan have some fun.
Okay, all right. Fair,
You know,
fair enough.
they're gonna run the ball down people's throats, and they're gonna play
without a
great.
doubt.
And they're gonna play great defense. Whoever's handing the ball off is you know, we'll have to see halfway through the year what the record is, how they're doing. I think it's going to come down to whoever Shanahan thinks is not going to make the big mistake. And I think that's going to be who he goes with. I mean, turn around, hand the ball off. You have a plethora of talent in the backfield, and I heard Sermon looks like an absolute beast right now.
Oh man, he's going to be phenomenal. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You settled down there, hot shot.
I'm just getting warmed up.
Oh. You are literally, dude, right now you're teetering on another 30.
Yeah, but
Denise, actually, Tony's a supporter of my Niners. Actually, he's having some fun. You see, Tony right here, Denise, is a Buffalo Bills fan, and Nick is a Cleveland Browns fan and borderline alcoholic. So this guy right here, he's really feeling himself tonight.
Truth be told, my dream Super Bowl is the 49ers Buffalo Bills Super Bowl. And only because those are the two teams in Tecmo Super Bowl that are outlawed. Right, Nick?
Yep.
Can't be Buffalo, can't be San Fran.
Yeah.
How did they never play in a Super Bowl? That blows my mind. Those 4 years that Buffalo went 4 years in a row, how did the 49ers not make it to one of those years? That blows my mind, but it's a matchup that I would absolutely love to see. And I think this year especially, it's actually possible. And I support the Niners. I support John. I have no dog in the fight over there in the NFC. Don't give a shit. So I support my boys Niners. Nick, on the other hand, wants to see them fucking burn down to the ground.
I don't really.
He wants me to be tormented. He wants to torment me.
But just life is generally better. I wouldn't want them to lose every game. Like, that would not be fun for me. I want them to go 9 and I want them to go 9. It would be probably 9-8, right? I want them to go 9-8 and just squeak in the playoffs.
You're such a prick.
Just because it extends John a little bit more.
So basically, for all those watching, as long as I'm miserable, he is happy. He watches me melt down. He watches me freak out. The cardiac games would give Nick nothing but pleasure. When I stop feeling my legs versus Seattle and I freak out. Oh God, those days.
I single-handedly witnessed him threaten another NFL player and get kicked off of Twitter.
So
we're not talking about that.
We got to talk about J.K. Dobbins. We can get back to your 49ers later on, John, if you want.
Let's move Dobbins, on. Let's move on.
Torn ACL, done for the year. As a Buckeye fan, for you guys as Buckeye fans.
Breaks my heart, man. Breaks my heart.
It's got to suck a little bit, Nick. Maybe not so much for you being in the AFC North.
I really hate the Ravens, but it's still, you don't want to see anyone get injured.
I absolutely never want that. I hate the Seahawks with the passion, you guys, and everyone that knows me knows that. But Jesus Christ, I mean, Buckeye or not a Buckeye, preseason coming to an end like this, man, and you blow your knee out. It's not fair, man.
Yeah, I feel bad for players when they blow it out there, when they get really injured on their rookie year. Because I feel like it's really hard for players to come back after that.
Nah, it can be done.
It can be done, but look at Grant.
Running backs, though, for sure, though, the way that they plant their feet, the way that they take those steps, for sure. For sure. It's harder, but it can be done. Look at Saquon. I don't know what setbacks he's having, but for whatever reason, that dude's massive fucking legs. he's having some trouble, and I don't know, man.
But the thing about Saquon is he was a super high pick, so they invested a lot in him. But B, he also got to play the majority of his rookie year. I'm talking about players that get injured in preseason for the whole year.
I'm talking about the injury itself at that position. It's hard to come back.
It's just like the team has gotten their contingency plans. If things work out with other players, you might get pushed to the side a little bit. Whereas opposed to if you had played your full rookie year, you're all of a sudden you're coming in with a head of steam and experience. I feel like it's hard for a player to come back from that.
Why are you talking about rookie years right now? It's his second year.
You're right.
Send them.
I think I was thinking more along Lawrence at the end, but
goodbye, motherfucker!
He's right though. I think he was getting. I think he got so messed up with ETN that he. But I mean, nonetheless, Tony, when you are the number one back and you blow your knee out in preseason just a week or two before the regular season, come on, bro. It's not because he's a former Buckeye, but this goes for anyone. I fucking hate it. And the Niners have suffered injuries and cost us everything. Injuries for me, I have a soft spot for everyone in the league for injuries, man, just because of what we've lost. But I mean, how are your feelings on Dobbins?
I thought he was going to be a stud this year in that offense back there with Lamar. I think he led the NFL in rushing yards per attempt last year. Sucks to see. The Buffalo Bills fan in me.
You are an asshole. You're an asshole. Don't say a word. Don't say a word. Karma's a bitch, dude.
The Bills fan in me. Fuck them.
I will say this. I don't think Dobbins was
You're a dick.
I don't think Dobbins was going to have that great of an impact.
Really?
Why? He did as a rookie. Why wouldn't he in his second year?
Did he really?
Yeah.
How many did he rush for 1,000 yards?
Did he really make that team much better?
I don't think he rushed for 1,000, but his attempts were low last year because they had Ingram, Edwards, and they were kind of just easing him in. And then this year he was going to be like showcased, and then this shit happened.
I don't think he was going to do much better than what Gus Edwards is about to do. And honestly, I don't think Edwards is about to blow the world on fire either.
What about
What about what?
Dion? What's cracking, brother? All day strong, all day long.
Is that the Dion?
Dion.
I miss that guy. I have dreams about Dion.
That's kind of weird, but he'll be flattered.
Get that guy back on, man. Get that guy back on.
Dude, he is welcome to join the channel anytime he wants. Send him a link, man. Send him a link.
Okay, let's get to the Cam Newton news. Cam Newton was released today by the Patriots. How about I didn't even realize this, but someone told me today that Cam spelled backwards is Mac, and Mac got the job. Mac Jones beat out Cam. Do you guys see a future for Cam? Or do you think he should hang it up?
Look, I think first of all, I think Cam either needs to accept the role of a backup quarterback at this point in his career, or he should quit with the social media bullshit because I'm sure it didn't help. He tweeted a day or two ago in reference to his number that he was number one, the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots. And I'm sure that probably didn't sit well with Belichick. I'm sure it didn't sit well at all. So not that had anything to do with why they cut him, but I'm sure some of that shit plays a role in the decisions that they make, right? Mac Jones seems to be doing well. He fits the system because I never really thought Cam Newton, mobile, the Patriots and Belichick, Cam just never really ever in my mind fit that mold. I could be wrong. I feel like Cam was not a good fit in New England, regardless of the situation, the injuries that they had there and the personnel. Although they did give Mac Jones a ton of weapons this year. He's got tight ends. It's going to be fantastic for him. But look, Cam should either accept the role of a backup somewhere, and then his future is bright. If he's going to keep making all of these arguments that he's a number one starting quarterback in this league, then show me where you belong, bro, and prove it to me, because I haven't seen it yet. You're making
I
enemies.
never-
I
I
haven't
won't
even
know
said
what's
anything yet.
I never really,
Mariah,
really,
welcome.
I never
Welcome,
cared-
Mariah. Thanks for coming by.
I never cared for Cam. He was good for those few years. You know, he won an MVP, took his team to the Super Bowl. Congratulations. But for some reason, I just never cared for him. And I think it's the way he chooses gum.
What?
You ever see he chooses gum fucked up? Like,
Have you ever seen him
As he's-
dress? He looks like a clown, bro. When you pick
I
his
know.
gum, of all the things he does,
no, I don't like the
Gum?
way he
Gum
dresses
chewing?
either. His gum
Oh,
chewing.
Jesus.
His gum chewing pisses me off.
it's so fucked up.
And he would
I
he
would
always
love
like
to see Nick dress in Cam Newton's clothes.
I'd
Nick,
do it.
Can you
Nick-
put an outfit together, Nick, for the next show? I want you to dress the way that you feel. Sin, welcome. Thank you, Tony. This is another wonderful Niner fan. Cinnamon Kiss. Sin, thanks for stopping by.
Sin.
Give everybody a shout out.
Cinnamon Kiss. I like that name. We got Mariah in the house. It's ladies' night over here, Dion.
I love it. Thank you guys for coming by and supporting the channel. Nick, next week's show, you should dress like Cam Newton. I want you to dress,
I got a Cam Newton suit.
not a suit.
You
He
gotta
doesn't
do that-
just wear
that-
suits.
No,
He has
I know-
hats
I know the
and
suit
feathers.
he's talking about. John, I know the Steve Harvey suit he's talking about. You got to go full Steve Harvey suit with the Mountie hat, the Smokey the Bear hat with the Steve Harvey suit.
I don't know what Mountie hat you're talking about.
You know Smokey the Bear.
Yeah.
You know what? You probably don't have one. But
No, I
you
don't
should
have
find one. You should find one.
Go to Howard's downtown. Is that place?
I think so.
Go to
Nick would be-
Howard's
It
and
would be
get one.
perfect. Nick, go to Howard's and find a hat.
Keep
All
the
right,
receipt.
move on.
Keep the receipt. Take it back the next day.
Nick,
Me,
tell us how you
I-
feel about Cam Newton.
Cam Newton should do this. Hang it up. He's done. Not good anymore. Doesn't need to be in the league anymore. Do something else. I'm sure he'd be good on TV as a commentator.
Just that's it.
You're
That's hang it
Yeah.
You're
up.
an asshole. That's it. That's
He's
the
not good
best you've
anymore.
got.
He's not good at quarterback. I've said it before. He sucks. I if I could have, I would have bet money that Mac Jones was going to be the starter. I would have bet it.
You did not fucking know that.
Yeah,
That's
I told you,
bullshit.
Cam Newton's no good. He's no good at quarterback anymore.
I just don't think that he fit in New England. But they
No.
didn't have any other choice.
He's just no good anymore.
Okay, what about in Dallas if Dak's shoulder's an issue?
He won't be.
He doesn't
won't
fit?
He won't be good in Dallas either.
I
know where
beg
I
to
think-
differ. I
You
beg
know where
to
I think
differ.
he would be good? I mean, you got Tyrod Taylor in Houston right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's projected to be the starter. I don't think there's anyone else. I think Cam going to an offense that has no offense whatsoever, like Houston, a place where the expectations are down. I think he can go into Houston and give a jolt of energy to that offense that I think is going to be terrible this year. And he can at least take them down the field and put points on the board.
You say that, and you're making the assumption that he's better than Tyrod Taylor right now. I don't think he is.
Cam is better than Tyrod Taylor.
I don't think he is. He was
he can-
horrible on the Patriots last year.
I think Tyrod Taylor is
Absolutely miserable
borderline
last year.
butt cheeks anyway, bro.
He was absolutely miserable on the Patriots last year. Like he wasn't good. He wasn't not bad. He was terrible.
He moved the ball down the field.
I don't
He
think
moved the
did.
ball
I
down
think-
the field.
I think Harris moved the ball down the field a lot, but I don't think Newton did at all.
He was hurt too. I just think a landing spot.
They had nobody. He was a bridge quarterback to the draft until they got their guy.
I don't think
That's all there is to it.
I don't necessarily think they thought he was going to be a bridge
They
quarterback.
gave him a 1-year contract, Nick.
Yeah, but you don't really sign Cam Newton unless you think, hey, maybe he might still have something in the tank.
Yeah, that's exactly why you give him a 1-year fucking contract.
Yeah. Okay, they gave him a 1-year contract, didn't work out. Now you should just hang it up and become an analyst.
No. I don't even think he would make a good analyst.
I think he would.
No, he's ego driven. Like, you have to be down to earth.
Randy Moss is an analyst. There ain't no more ego driven person than that.
Okay, Randy Moss he's tolerable. If I could have hit him in the head with a fucking beer bottle when I was in Miami for the Super Bowl, I got to tell you, that guy, boy, did he ever fucking piss me off.
Randy Moss. John was got in a fight with Randy Moss.
No. I did not get into a fight. I did not almost. I just disagreed with the things that you said about us. It pissed me off, but that's a story for another day. Come on.
I think it should be a story for today.
No.
Did you almost fight Randy Moss?
No. You are a dick. No.
John almost
I just disagreed. I just disagreed with him. I disagreed with him entirely on everything he had to say about the Niners Kansas City Super Bowl. It was pregame. It was we were just right there where all the analysts were talking on set, and he had these cards and he would just like hold them up, and it was like score predictions, and he was just like he would face all the Niner fans and he would shake his head, and then he would like pull a Niner card and he would like, nah, and he would just drop it real quick and hold up a Kansas City. It was just like, just pissed me off, bro.
Bottom line, John almost fought Randy Moss.
You know what? At the end of the day, you almost fought Randy Moss.
No, that's not true.
It might not be true, but it definitely makes for a better story. In my mind, it's true right now. Nick almost fought Kelly the Ghost Pavlik, world champ at boxing, and you almost fought Randy Moss.
Okay, another potential landing spot for Cam, and we'll move on. We said Texas. We said the Texans. I said Dallas. You guys said, or Tony, you said the Texans. Nick, who did you? Okay, fucking home is not an option. Pick a team.
Home's always an option. Cam needs to go home. There is no landing spot. Needs to go home. Pick a different career field.
What about a backup to Joe Burrow in Cincinnati?
No, he serves no purpose as a backup to Joe Burrow in Cincinnati.
He serves a purpose as a backup because he should be a backup quarterback.
I don't think he should.
Before he throws in the towel.
I don't think he should.
I don't think he fits.
No, he doesn't fit in Cincinnati.
He certainly did not fucking fit in New England.
Exactly. That's why he's gone. I don't think he fits. I mean,
what do you think? If they won 9 games, he's not a fit.
No,
I just don't think that he fits the style of the New England Patriots way.
Cam never.
They're a pocket. It's a pocket passing system.
Cam never really had a great leg. Cam never really had a great arm. He never really had like a prototype quarterback arm.
Okay, Cam certainly had a rocket. He had a
rocket, but his accuracy was never there.
He had accuracy. He did.
No, he didn't. No, he absolutely did not. His
accuracy. He was the MVP and won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, his calling card was with his legs. His calling card was that he was a big quarterback who could move. Guess what? Can't move anymore. And when you have subpar arm and you can't move anymore, guess what? Time to go. It's time to go home.
The only two places I see him ending up, Dion just said one of them is Philly, just because I don't think they know what the fuck they're doing. Jalen Hurts is going to be back there, who's kind of the same type of.
Yeah, that's a perfect spot. Because I don't think they're sold on Hurts, right?
I don't think they're sold on him, but I think they're still sold on giving him an opportunity to at least fail.
Miami doesn't know with one day with the one day from the other. They're with Tua, and then they're not sure of Tua, and then they're all in with Tua. That's a shit show.
Yeah, you know what? I want to get to let's get to Miami real quick. Reports came out that their front office is really, really wanting to go get Deshaun Watson. There was even rumors that they made a trade offer and Roger Goodell shot it down. I don't know if that rumor is true, or maybe I just made that up. But
I think he's being investigated by the feds right now too, bro. I mean, you can want a lot of things, but shit, this dude's on the back burner, bro, for a while.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins are going to make a run for him. And if they do, that's got to be shitty for Tua, man. I mean, they go draft this kid, but I think I drafted him last night in our fantasy football draft, which all you listeners know that we've been building up this fantasy football draft of ours. We had the fantasy football draft last night, and I'd like to get to some results if we can. But I think Deshaun would look awesome in Miami. I just don't know the legal stuff. I don't know what the hell's going on with him, but Miami wants him. What would you guys think about him going to Miami, John?
There's weapons. He fits. The dude's talented, despite his legal issues. The guy is talented, so I'm all for it. I think it would be great. Frankly, it would at least stop this Houston shit, because that's giving me a migraine, bro. I'm so tired of hearing about Houston and what they want. And I mean, they're overplaying their hand too, bro. Like, take two firsts and move off this guy. A first and a second, move off of him. Send him to Miami, get it over with. Just get it over with. I'm so tired. If you're gonna lock him up, lock his ass up. If he's gonna play football, play some fucking football. If he's gonna be, a media spectacle, then just stop. Just stop that shit. Just quit it. I'm tired of it.
I think he.
I like the Miami thing, though.
Would that make them an instant contender?
I think it would. Listen,
Nick. Yeah. Nick, go ahead. Tell me about Deshaun Watson.
Does Deshaun Watson look good on Miami? Deshaun Watson looks good anywhere. Deshaun Watson is arguably one of the top 4 or 5 quarterbacks in the league. Okay, so if the legal stuff is fine, I love this music, by the way. I'm all about it. Really hard to commentate what's going on, but I fucking love it.
Take the bush light can, and then just crush it on your head.
It didn't phase.
We're gonna get some copyrights for the Benny Hill music, by the way.
It didn't phase you. It didn't phase you one bit. I thought my audio was fucked up. You talked right through that.
I was trying to go through with it, but it after a while I just couldn't. But no, so
Dion loves the sound effects, even though it's going to get us kicked off. Dude, it's going to get us kicked off fucking YouTube.
The fantasy league that we did, Dion, was it's a league that we did with some friends for the last 15 plus years. Man, it goes back. I'm actually thinking about doing a DraftKings draft on the pod, where everybody can kind of we'll put up the money, and then we'll just come to the channel and you guys help us make picks, and we'll submit our picks and see how we fare from there. So that's something that I got to talk to you guys about. I want to do that and just mirror the screen so that we can involve everyone.
I think we're going to try that tonight on a free week 1 DraftKings, just so everyone can see what it's looking like if we have time. I mean, we're getting nuts tonight.
We're already at 54 minutes. I got to tell you, if I didn't have the time up there, I thought we were at 20.
Yeah,
that's because you haven't even hit the second row of your case yet, bro.
I'm
drinking your Busch Light.
We got a beautiful audience out there. Everything's going great.
Well, not to
We
mention,
You guys,
he
these
spent.
are some of the best people in Niners Twitter. These are the best people, man. These are my people, and I couldn't be happier that they came by.
There's a lot
Nick.
of good folks out there, but you're the best audience out there.
Oh Jesus, Nick!
I'm very close. I'm very close to the penalty box.
It probably feels. It probably feels like
probably
20
should.
minutes. It probably feels like 20 minutes because you've been in the penalty box for 30 minutes.
But to make my Deshaun Watson point, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's one of the top.
No, Deon, listen, Deon, you are a brother. Dude, this is a brother. You're a brother from another mother. We've established this. You are family, brother.
I think he has enough weapons on that team to make a real push.
Oh.
Man, there's so many cool things I want to play, but the copyright shit.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we lost this one already, bro. You pissed this one right down the drain.
I don't know about Michael.
This episode is getting flagged for sure.
I don't know about Michael Stanley.
The
I don't know about
copyrights
the
are-
Michael Stanley, but the Benny Hill music definitely will get copyright infringement.
No, I think I covered that one up good enough.
Okay.
If not, you know what? Who gives a shit? We love this show. We love this show. We got to put on a show for this audience. This beautiful, beautiful audience we have out there. Nick, do you have anything to talk about with Deshaun Watson?
I pretty much summed it up. I mean, like if they're taking a gamble, but if it's, I'm not a big fan of Tua. I think he's adequate, but I'm not a huge fan of him.
Why?
I just don't think he's got it. You know.
They said the same shit about Baker Mayfield that they say about Tua.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
They didn't.
Okay.
They didn't.
You're just a homer.
I'm not a homer.
You are a homer.
Like they didn't say the knock on Baker was that he was short, that he didn't have a good enough arm, and honestly, he has one of the best arms in the league. And yeah, he's short, okay, but he was still the number one pick overall. Tua got hurt, and they were wondering whether or not he'd come back from his injury.
That's not his problem.
Yeah.
That's not even
Originally it was a tank for Tua, and Tua ended up not even being among the top. What did he get picked? Maybe was it like 5th or something?
They fucked him up with Fitzpatrick. They should have just let him roll with it. Let the kid cook, and they didn't. They brought him in. They took him out. They messed up his development. I think they know that, and this year they're just all in.
I don't hate Tua. I think he's a quarterback in the league. I just don't think he's phenomenal. I don't
As
think
advertised.
I don't think he'll ever be
Okay.
phenomenal.
That's fair.
Deshaun Watson's phenomenal.
Yeah. Deshaun Watson is a difference maker.
Yeah.
He's a guy that could win you a Super Bowl. Tua is a guy that could take you to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Let's see Tua this season. Let's see him this season without any interruptions.
We're kind of shitting on him, and it's his second year.
Yeah. I just want to slap Nick. That's besides the point. He's such a dick.
I wanted to try something with fantasy football coming up here. Obviously, the football season starting. And fantasy's hot and heavy this week. A lot of drafts coming up and getting completed this week. I wanted to do a Locker Room Rant 2021, and I want to do this each year. God willing, that we'll still be here for 2022. But I want to do a 2021 Fantasy Football Hall of Fame inductees. And the stipulations of this are it has to be someone since we've been playing. 1998 was our first year. So it has to be players that played from 1998 on, and they cannot be an active player. So it has to be someone retired. Each of us is going to pick a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, and a tight end, and we're going to put them in the Locker Room Rant Fantasy Football Hall of Fame. And we're going to track this Hall of Fame until we are no longer on Earth.
Okay. There you go.
Start us off. I'll start us off with quarterback. I'm going to go Peyton Manning in the Hall of Fame. John?
Did we go?
I'm going with. I'm
Did we
doing
go over the
Joe.
rules here? All of us have to be in consensus for the people to be inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we'll each pick one, and then we'll do a consensus who we think should be out of those three. John?
Joe Montana.
You mean Joe Montana? The rules are they have to have been since 1998 and above. Joe Montana retired.
Oh, 98 and above. I'm sorry. Brett Favre.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I mean, I feel like I should go Tom Brady, but I'm not.
He's still active.
Oh, he's still active, so you can't even use him.
You are.
I'm gonna go
just
Kurt
got done
Warner.
fucking criticizing me, and you go and say Tom Brady, bro.
I'm gonna go Kurt Warner.
Old man
Ooh,
Kurt.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
All right.
Old Man
So
Kurt could be very impactful in fantasy in our early years with the greatest show on turf.
and with the Cardinals and
And with the
Fitzmagic.
Cardinals, yep.
All right. So can there be can I sway either of you guys to come to the Peyton Manning side?
We're gonna agree all on Peyton Manning.
John?
I think we can agree that I agree. I will.
Consensus. The consensus
Consensus. Peyton Manning.
is Peyton Manning.
Actually, bro. All right.
Jeez.
Fair enough.
All right, running back. Nick, you go first.
I'm gonna go with.
Today, bro.
Tomlinson.
Danian Tomlinson.
LT, good choice.
John?
Frank Gore. He's not playing. He's a free
No,
agent.
he's not. Yeah, he's Frank Gore.
I'll go Marshall Falk. But I'll give the consensus to LaDainian Tomlinson.
Why?
Why what?
Why LT?
Because
Amazing.
he's
What about Barry Sanders?
fucking amazing. Barry Sanders, he was out of the league.
There may have been there 1 year. I'm not sure when he retired.
Well, 1 year wasn't enough to win him over LaDainian.
Does it have to be a running back?
This is the running back section.
I mean, you want it to be a fullback? Like fucking
Mike Allstott.
Mike Allstott?
No. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
All right. So we got Peyton Manning inducted, Tomlinson inducted. John, can you track this so we can keep it in our archives? And
all right. I'll do the best I can. I'll do the best. Go ahead.
all right, wide receiver. John.
You guys want me to save this in like Word? Doesn't matter. Receiver. I'll keep. I don't want to be cheesy with the Niners, but I'll go. How about Michael Irving? No, didn't make the cut.
When did he retire?
I don't know. All right, then I'll just go with my second. Terrell Owens.
That's better.
All right, see you. All right, let me record this shit. Nick, quit criticizing me before I come and slap you in your fucking head.
All right, go ahead, Nick.
I will go. I'm going to pick not my first choice because I know you're going to pick my first choice and we're going to agree on it. So I'm going to go.
I don't know. I got a crazy choice. A guy that I specifically loved and won me championships, but go ahead.
I feel like it's the same guy.
Oh, let's do it.
I'm going to go Randy Moss.
Obviously
Ooh.
a great choice.
Denise said Jerry Rice, and Miss Izzy says Larry Fitzgerald.
Jerry
I'm just
Rice,
keeping an
I think,
eye on the comments.
So
was
Jerry
like 1
Rice,
year.
Jerry Rice was only involved in our league for about 2 or 3 years. Really wasn't his greatest then. He was still pretty good. I think I had him in 2001. But he retired like that after that year.
Are we talking about fantasy when we were doing with the newspaper?
Yeah. Larry Fitzgerald is definite contender. He's definitely future Locker Room Rant Hall of Famer.
Definitely a future.
No, depending on who Tony picks, he might be. Depending on who Tony picks, he might be a current Hall of Famer.
I got to go with a guy that's near and dear to my heart, and he wasn't even that. I mean, he was awesome in real football too, but never had a great team. Never went to the playoffs, I don't think. But a guy that's near and dear to my fantasy heart is Andre Johnson.
Ooh,
good. Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
he was
that's a damn good one.
fantasy. He was fantasy gold. He might not be that fits up to that Fitz level, but he was near and dear to my heart, so I had to nominate him tonight. But maybe he'll make the cut next year.
I mean,
I don't know.
I think in a weak wide receiver class in the Locker Room Rant Hall of Fame, he makes it.
Yeah, you know what? I had him on my list, and I wasn't going to back down. But Larry Fitz was definitely. I thought someone was going to say Fitz, but I would probably vote for Randy Moss. John.
No, I'm sticking with T.O.
So as part of the Hall of Fame commission, I actually want to amend the rules here.
Okay.
Because I feel like we're going to come under a conundrum where we don't induct anyone. We each pick, and if we all come to a consensus on each of the picks, if we're all in agreement that they're worthy, they're inducted to the Hall of Fame. So that theoretically there could be 3 players from the position.
Why don't you and Tony just vote me out 2-1?
Because it needs to be a consensus agreement.
I got to tell you,
right.
Nick, would you guys bend the rules to maybe we can just put Larry Fitzgerald in it?
Like I said, Larry Fitzgerald will be in the Hall of Fame at some point in time. Even if he's not a first rounder, he will be in the Hall of Fame at some point in time.
It's got to be unanimous. If John says T.O., no wide receiver gets in.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We each come into agreement on each player. If we all 3
maybe we should have talked about this. Maybe we should have talked about this before the show started.
Yeah, because we suck at this right now. All right,
we really didn't think about this conundrum.
All right, Nick, stop with the big words, bro. And stop with the words. You're showing off your thesaurus right now.
All right, we're starting to lose subscribers slowly but surely. We went from 99 to 39 real quick.
The new rule is this. We'll start this over. If we each pick a player in each position, and if we're all in agreement, they're inducted in the Hall of Fame. So theoretically, all
right. Let's go. All
so
right.
Quarterback, we picked Peyton Manning. We're all in agreement. I picked Kurt Warner. Are we in agreement?
No, it's got to be unanimous. I'm not changing the rules for you. John says T.O. It's got to be unanimous. T.O.'s out.
Then
Randy Moss is out. He's got to try next year.
Then we'll never have a wide receiver in the Hall of Fame.
Then
there's so many. I mean, Nick, you haven't even mentioned one yet.
I know. That's why we're never going to have a wide receiver in the Hall of Fame.
No wide receiver in the Hall of Fame. It's. In
2021, we're out. Receivers never. We didn't induct one in 2021.
Yeah, but we're never ever going to have one.
That's because you're an asshole.
Then we'll never have one. So tight end.
Stupid.
Let's wrap this the fuck up. Tight end.
Antonio Gates.
I agree with Nick.
But do I?
That's your problem.
I'm going to say Tony Gonzalez.
Oh, I got one. I'll take Shannon Sharp.
Ooh,
All three worthy.
all three very worthy. Under
I'll take
Nick's
Shannon
rules,
Sharp.
under
Under
Nick's
Nick's
rules,
rules, we'll be here
all
till
three would
midnight.
make it. I think I'd probably go.
Oh, good one, Izzy. Tony Gonzalez.
Tony Gonzalez. Tony said Tony Gonzalez.
What the fuck, John?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't paying
It
attention.
just sounded better coming out of Izzy.
It just looked better. Hey, Mr. Smug. What are you doing in here, Scott? That's Mr. Rogers over there on Twitter.
All right,
He's a
so
Chiefs fan.
are we going? Who are we going with? I'm okay.
We just
with
did tight end, right?
I'm going Gates. Like, I don't think there's
Yeah.
an argument on Gates. Like
I think Shannon Sharp was better.
like Tony Gonzalez is a fine tight end. Shannon Sharp is a fine tight end, but Gates revolutionized the position. Gates was statistically the better player out of all of them.
You are
I'll-
such a hillbilly.
Just because he went to Kent State, I'll go. I'll go Gates.
My alma mater.
I'll go to Gates. I'll switch over to Gates. The question is, will John switch to Gates?
No, I like Shannon Sharp.
Then we have
Fine.
no tight end, and we're never going to have a tight end in the Hall of Fame.
We have Peyton Manning and LaDainian Tomlinson.
So
And
why don't we?
there's a good
why don't
chance
we
those are the only two
roll?
that will ever be in it.
Those are the sole players that will ever be inducted in our Hall of Fame. Unless we change these draconian rules, we'll never have another player in the Hall of Fame.
We'll have to take it to a vote after the show.
Okay.
Maybe we should pick the players and then have the people watching vote who gets in. But that's neither here nor there.
That's better.
Only Peyton Manning and LaDainian
Yeah,
Tomlinson.
Mariah's right. We should have just done 2 votes. 2 votes. That's it. 2 votes. 2-1.
I want to get to the would you rather. I really don't even feel like sharing our fantasy teams. I don't think anyone gives a flying fuck about
I
that.
feel like we should share our fantasy teams.
Why? Because you fucking drafted all tight ends for the first 5 rounds? Like a hillbilly?
I drafted 2 tight ends. We have a flex position.
You did draft like a hillbilly though.
Oh, he drafted like honestly, it was as if he thought we were all just stupid and he was revolutionizing fantasy.
I may have been. You never know.
You weren't. You were trying to be a hard ass and it bit you in the ass at the end.
I don't think so. I think my
I
team's
do.
fine.
Nick, defend your fantasy strategy of taking 2 tight ends in a row. First round, second round.
Here's the thing. I've been a person in the past who has taken running back and been bitten by that, because when you take a running back, you really put a lot of faith in that running back actually doing what they're supposed to do. And if you don't, if they get hurt perhaps, then you're really screwed. But a tight end like Kelsey is not really going to get hurt all that much. I know I'm probably jinxing myself. He's probably going to tear his ACL. But I drafted Kelsey last year. I actually drafted him second, and he took me to the promised land. So I draft Kelsey first this year because he was the reason why I went to the championship and why I won it. I was in the second round. I wasn't planning on drafting Darren Waller. But when I was looking at the running backs that were available, and Mahomes got taken right before me and Tyreek Hill got taken right before me, I was like, you know what? Do I like any of these running backs or receivers? And I was like, I really don't. I really don't like them more than I do Waller. So we have a flex position that enables us to use a tight end as a flex. I feel comfortable with Waller as the flex. He's perfectly fine. He puts up top-tier receiver numbers. On top of that, if something does happen to Kelsey, I got the best insurance plan you could possibly have for him.
So you just took all the tight ends off the table so that everybody else in the league didn't get a tight end.
So, and that's another effect too. It further creates an advantage for me because that's one less tight end that anyone else can take. I just had somebody offer me something for Darren Waller today. He actually didn't offer me, but he expressed interest in trading.
Rizzo actually offered me Debo and Lance for Jerry Jeudy.
He sniffs your weakness.
I didn't give up Jeudy.
He watches the show. You know what, John? You went with
Trent Sheffield.
you went with some Green Bay Packers. Buddy. You took some Green Bay Packers. I was surprised. I'm glad you put your love for the Niners aside for your fantasy team.
I took one Niner. I took George Kittle.
I know it's hard to do that sometimes. And
bullshit. It worked. I listen. Right this year, I was picking ninth.
Trust me, I was on the phone with him every time a 49ers got taken. He was like, motherfucker.
Oh, because Ayuk was gone. Ayuk and the Niners defense were taken off the board. Those were my go-tos. Ayuk and the defense. That's what I wanted. Mostert was gone, right. But I was okay. I got Aaron Jones. I was fine. I took Gus Edwards. I took Aaron Rodgers. And then the receiver, the receivers were flying off the board, bro. That stung me in my ass. But I still managed to put together a pretty solid team. And I'm good with it. I took Trent, I took Sherfield. But I got rid of them and got a few different players that I was surprised were still available even after the draft. So I'm good. No, I didn't take Tunyon. I thought about it, but I didn't. I took Hunter Henry instead. When I was going to take Tunyon, I took Hunter Henry.
You got Kittle though. There's some 9-11 there.
Listen, the analytics of the league say that even the guys that drafted quite well in the top 5 are still at the bottom percentile to win with like 5 to 7 wins. I cannot wait to see how this league plays out because I think we all drafted well, with the exception of this nut. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
I think I have a very good team.
Hey, do you guys want to talk about the fight by any chance?
Josh Allen, Tony's boy, is my quarterback.
Yeah, that was a good steal. Did you either of you watch the fight between Jake Paul and Woodley?
Nope.
Can't say that I did, man.
Is it because you guys can't take Jake Paul serious?
Yes.
I hate his guts. And yes, we are all from Ohio. And he's from Ohio. But I got to be honest with you guys. The kid's learning how to box. Like, he's not just clowning. Like, he's really trying to box.
Okay.
And he's not that bad in the respect of fundamentals and development. It looks like he's coming along. But he has yet to get his ass handed to him by a real boxer. And I am waiting for somebody to knock his fucking head off. I'm just waiting for it. Tyron Woodley could have actually won this fight, right? But he did not throw one punch in the first 2 rounds. He's doing this.
I should tell you that he doesn't know how to fight.
He's just bobbing his head. He's shaking his head every time Jake Paul would throw a punch. He puts his hands up like this, and he does this for 2 solid rounds. And then at the end of the fight, he's pissed and disappointed because he felt like he should have won the fight. You didn't throw a punch, and the cards were actually close. They were pretty close. If he'd thrown some punches in the first 2 rounds, he might have actually won. It was a shit show, to say the least. But I just wanted to see if you guys watched.
I can't bring myself to watch that shit. It's all like a circus act.
I love boxing, bro. I love boxing.
I used to love boxing. I feel like when stuff like this starts to happen, Conor McGregor fighting Mayweather, the Paul brothers fighting Mayweather, I think that waters down boxing, and it makes me not like boxing even more. When I see Chad Ochocinco out there boxing, Nate Robinson from the NBA out there boxing, it waters down the sport of boxing for me to the point where I stopped caring about it. I will watch.
I see where you're coming from.
I will watch Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. I will watch that fight when it happens. But besides that, I really don't give a shit about boxing anymore. And I was talking to Dan about this today. With the way the NBA's kind of just has Lakers Nets, I hate the Lakers and the Nets, and I hate all of the players involved with the Lakers and the Nets. But that's going to be the championship next year. And I'm fine with that. But why even play the season? Why even play the season when that's going to be the championship? I think the NBA, as it stands right now, kind of sucks. I'm actually cheering for the Golden State Warriors to come back and take over the NBA just to fuck with LeBron so he doesn't get any more championships. I'm actually cheering for the Golden State Warriors to take over again, but
I can never do that.
I can't.
Fuck the Warriors.
I can't.
Can never do it.
Ooh,
Canelo, Rogers, Scott, that's a goodie. Canelo would be a perfect candidate to knock his face off his shoulders. God, that would be wonderful. Excuse me?
They're never fighting.
He should. He called out Myles Garrett, bro.
First of all, he knows Myles Garrett's not going to fight him. Myles Garrett would eat him for breakfast.
Would he though? Because he's not a boxer.
I don't care. Neither is Jake Paul.
No, not really. But he's not a boxer. Like Garrett's not a boxer. He trains. He likes to train.
The fact that we're even talking about this right now makes me hate boxing even more.
Okay, all right.
I don't think it waters down boxing. I think they're two separate things. One's just a shit show that some people care to see. I personally don't. And the other is boxing. And I do like boxing. So I'll watch Fury Wilder. I'll watch Fury Joshua. I'll watch the Canelo fights. I'll watch Triple G fights. I'll watch just about anything just about any big fight that goes out there. But I'm not going to watch these stupid Conor McGregor fights or Jake Paul fights or whoever. I care less about those.
UFC is slowly moving up my list of my favorite sports. I mean, I think it's already gone past. I think it's my second favorite sport at this point.
What, MMA?
Yeah, UFC.
I like it. I like it a lot. I enjoy it.
The reason I like it so much is because you can't even blink when you're watching, or you'll miss someone's leg being broken, or someone just getting knocked.
It's raw.
Just knock the fuck out. You can't even blink. I love UFC. I think it's right behind NFL for me right now. And it's sad to say because I used to love the NBA so much, and it's just when Nick says LeBron James ruined the NBA, I truly kind of feel that way. Just with these super teams and there's really two fucking teams, guys. There's two teams in the NBA that are going to be playing in the finals. It's the Nets and the Lakers, and I'll watch. That'll be great.
This last year was a complete and utter anomaly. Like
that'll never happen again with that many injuries.
That won't happen for another 10 years, possibly more.
Ronda Rousey, yeah, she got kicked in the head, and she was never the same again. Everyone thought she was like unbeatable.
Remember people used to say like she could beat Mayweather?
Yeah,
those fucking idiots.
Mayweather would have fucked her up.
He would have broke her face. Just caved your face in.
The big one now is Amanda Nunez.
Yeah,
She's sick. I think she's fighting coming up here.
she's sick. She can't
she's
beat
sick.
guys.
She could beat. Remember, I asked you, do you think you could beat up
I would
Amanda Nunez?
destroy
And you said
Amanda
guaranteed.
I would destroy Amanda Nunez, and it wouldn't take that long.
Okay, hillbilly. Relax.
Don't hillbilly me.
You are a hillbilly. She would fuck you.
I
up.
would dominate her in probably about 20 seconds.
The Serrano Mercado fight, the undercard, the Serrano Mercado fight was awesome. It was awesome. I'd love to see Nunez fight Serrano because she's like a world-class boxer. This chick's got titles, bro. She's awesome. It was a great fight. Moving on. Yeah, Scott, I do like the MLS a lot, though. I love the MLS. I can't say a bad thing about soccer, guys. I love it. I enjoy it. Major League Soccer was one of the best things that happened to soccer, I think, in this country, because it's a lot easier to follow if you're not into La Liga and the English Premier. The times are off and the games are at like 7 a.m. and no one's ever watching soccer that early in the morning. But the MLS is growing and it's a lot of fun.
Can we get to a would you rather?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. I think last week was a dud. I don't remember it. What was last week's?
Is that
If we would
shot in the foot or
no,
No.
it was stranded on an island with a volleyball.
Yeah, stranded on a deserted
or-
island or in
A
prison.
deserted island or prison, right?
Prison for the rest of your life or deserted island for the rest of your life. And that was too easy for you guys. So I hope tonight isn't
Izzy, the Cavs, the Bulls are making a ton of headway right now with trades. They're killing it. What happened was they traded Markkanen and we traded
Nance.
Larry Nance Jr. And what was the three-way trade, Tony? Lance to Portland, Markkanen from Chicago to Cleveland. Lance?
I don't know who the third team. I don't know who.
Well, anyway,
that was.
it might have been some draft picks, but I was excited. It wasn't a real big deal, just that Deion's stoked because the Bulls are actually going to be pretty good. Pretty good.
Who'd the Bulls get out of it?
They got picks from us, I think. I don't think that they got we didn't give them a player.
Did they get one from Portland?
I think we took a hefty contract off their hands, to be honest. They might have got Nick. That's Nick there, the jackass. Tell us about Portland, dude. What do you know about it?
I honestly don't understand that trade for Portland. Nance ain't gonna freaking do anything to win you a title. And if you're trying to appease Damian Lillard, Larry Nance Jr. ain't gonna freaking do it. But
Larry Nance Jr. is far better than anything you have.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he far better? I mean, even if
Far
I
better.
don't even know if he's any better as opposed to far better.
You were not existent.
But it says the Cleveland Cavaliers have acquired forward Lauri Markkanen in a sign and trade agreement from Chicago. Cavaliers general manager Kobe Altman announced. In a 3-team deal, Cleveland traded forward Larry Nance Jr. to Portland and a protected 2023 second-round pick via Denver to Chicago. The Bulls also received forward Derrick Jones Jr. from Portland, and the Trailblazers lottery-protected 2022 first-round pick as part of the trade. So the Blazers gave up a possible first-rounder. I don't know how these protected stuff and that works in the NBA, because I know those picks get thrown around a lot and never actually even materialize to anything. But from what I got gathered here, Portland traded a 2022 first round pick
For Nance.
and Derrick Jones Jr. for Nance and a second round pick in 2022.
The Bulls made out.
2023.
The Bulls made out like bandits.
I think the Cavs won that trade. I think Lauri Markkanen.
Lauri
Markkanen's awesome.
7 foot, 25-year-old who shot 40% from the 3-point line last season. I'm fucking stoked.
I don't think that he's awesome. And he's definitely like not lived up to the hype. But that being said, he's definitely the best player that was involved in that trade.
You're absolutely right.
I don't think small market teams ever really had a chance. Unless you're Milwaukee and you draft right, you build the team and you make the right trades. Small market teams never really had a shot.
You still can't. It's not just drafting. You can't be a small market team and just draft right and become amazing.
Trade.
You have to. No. You have to draft the right players, not just on the court, but with the mentality like Giannis, like I'm going to win here. I'm not going to go over there. I'm going to win here. And that's maybe a handful of people in the entire NBA that want to win with the team that drafted them.
Right.
There's not many like that. It's like Stephen Curry will never leave the Warriors. Giannis,
they built that team through the draft, though. They built that team. They the Warriors drafted that team.
But their players want to stay there and win there. That's the difference.
Right. Well, they also won multiple championships. They have good reason to stay.
Giannis hasn't. Giannis just won one.
Yeah, but Giannis we're talking about that humble player we're talking about that player that doesn't put any of the super teams in his future. He was never about that. It was always about winning right now. Winning here and doing it the right way.
Okay.
We're saying you're not going to find many players like that.
Yeah.
The majority of these guys are just jumping on the bandwagon, going to Los Angeles to win with LeBron and get a championship and sign off and retire and put it all behind them.
Yeah. Mr. Rogers and the big market teams all get hurt. Yeah, like a Kawhi. Rumors Look at
Brooklyn. Yeah.
Rumors are out there that Kawhi is going to miss all of next year also.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? He's so overrated, bro. I'm so tired of hearing about Kawhi. He's just no personality, bro. The guy is just blah. He's like the emoji with like the lines for eyes and the mouth. You know what I'm talking about? Just the blah. He's overrated, bro.
Are you talking about the Canadian people from South Park?
No, I'm not. No.
Kawhiner.
Yeah, Scott, that's a goodie.
I respect Kawhi. I mean, he did it with 2 organizations.
Did he though? Did he really do it all by himself?
No. I mean, he had Tim Duncan.
Did you see Giannis, bro? He was a just consistent dominance, bro. With a supporting cast.
He missed like the last 3 games against the Nets. Giannis.
His legs snapped off backwards, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Most guys are never coming back from that injury.
Chris Middleton got them to the championship.
Chris Middleton was up and down, Tony. There was no consistency in Middleton's game.
Jrue Holiday and Chris Middleton got
Jrue
them
Holiday
to the finals.
I told you during the Chris Middleton was doing some dumb shit. Yes, for every dumb thing he did, for shots he shouldn't have taken, he would steal the ball, and he would. Giannis was consistently dominant, just in
the finals. In the finals,
the whole goddamn thing, everything, consistent.
Nick, you look bored.
It is what it is. Giannis was
It
was
is
great in
what
the
it
finals.
is.
Giannis was great in the finals.
Yes, that one. That is exactly the emoji, Izzy. That one.
Yeah, Giannis was great in the finals. I wouldn't say that he was great all playoffs. Actually, he had some rough games earlier on. He started to come alive a little bit in the Nets series, but in the Nets series he also got hurt. Came back, so kudos to him. And helped
Came
them,
back and put
helped
up
them,
ridiculous numbers, bro.
helped them defeat the Nets. He was a big part. He was a big part in defeating the Nets.
It is what
and
it
then
is.
he came back and dominated in the finals.
Havoc, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Small market teams struggle. They do struggle, but I'm not a fan of super teams. I absolutely hate it. I cannot stand it. But I just don't think that small market teams ever really have a shot. They're just, it's like Cleveland.
So with the would you rather?
Yeah.
Let's see which one would you rather, for the rest of your life, have the worst sore throat you've ever had?
Jesus Christ.
Or, this was kind of out of left field. These two really don't match too well. Have the worst sore throat you've ever had in your entire life for the rest of your life. Or never be able to use a cell phone ever again.
It's not even a close call. I would never use a cell phone for the rest of my life. I hate freaking sore throats. It's the worst. To me, that's the worst feeling on planet Earth.
Sore throats are so bad.
And even if you didn't even have to say the worst sore throat. You could have just said like a mild sore throat, and I still would have picked never having a cell phone.
I mean, look,
Like
a sore throat is tolerable with medication. With medication, it's tolerable, but not being able to ever use a phone.
You could use phone. You could use a landline.
Yeah, because we just have landlines just hanging out everywhere.
You can get them. They're not like obsolete.
You can get a rash too, but what's the fucking point?
How about when you're out and about, you're just going to hop into a payphone? A phone booth?
I don't know, man.
Believe it or
gotta tell
not,
you
it
guys.
still exists.
I might tolerate the sore throat.
Where the fuck do you find a phone booth?
We went down to Charleston, West Virginia once to golf at Oglebay Golf Course.
Okay, well, where do you live?
There was a random payphone in Charleston, West Virginia outside.
You're gonna drive to fucking West Virginia every time you got to use the goddamn phone?
No, I just don't. I just wouldn't have. I'm not. If I'm not home, you can't get a hold of me.
Havoc's got some points, Tony. Are we taking smart devices off the table entirely? iPads, watches?
Smart devices off the table.
So you can never use a computer.
You can use. I'll say you can use a laptop.
All right,
but I mean, then you're gonna have people are gonna be taking those with them everywhere.
You wouldn't even drive in your fucking car with your laptop. Come on,
I've done it.
You'd be at work and you're gonna pull out the laptop and check your laptop.
I might.
You're gonna have a fucking sore throat for the rest of your life.
I think I would rather.
Yeah, kill yourself.
I know. I might just.
If I had a sore throat for any longer than like 2 weeks, I'd kill myself.
That's you know what we say about guys like you, right? You know what we call you, right?
What?
Oh, this is your favorite line.
What? Say
this
it.
Is your favorite line. This is your favorite line. You're a sissy.
That's not what I said.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's not what you said.
We do. So hold on.
I'd rather have a sore throat, bro. I can't be disconnected. I like to be connected. I'll deal with your sore throat.
Nick's stuck on the side of the road at fucking 2 a.m. coming home from the bar, and he's got to go to fucking West Virginia. He's got to walk to West Virginia to use the fucking phone booth.
I just walk in the Speedway and
he belongs there. Take your Bush beer and go over there, bro.
They'd call the cops on you so fast.
They would, bro.
Fucking shitty looking dude come walking in.
With that swag, that confidence, wearing his Steve Harvey suit.
A weird motherfucker coming in.
Hold up.
I would rather, dude. I'd rather have a sore throat, bro. I'll deal with it. I'll take some Chloroseptic, some Advil.
Do me a favor, please.
It
Get
is
out
what
of
it
here.
is.
Get out of here, man. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Get immediately.
So Nick, you'd rather
He'd go
do
smart
away with the
device.
cell phone.
Yeah, he's out, bro. He's taking.
John,
he's not.
You're taking.
I'll deal with it.
The sore throat.
Yes.
I fucking hate sore throats, man.
For the rest of my life, bro, I got a I'm gonna build a tolerance to that, and I'm gonna want to use my phone. So I will. Havoc is right. There are some downfalls, but I'll tolerate that shit, bro. Like I said, some
Sore throat
Chloroseptic,
affects.
some ibuprofen, bro.
Sore throat affects your eating, talking, and sex.
Here's my thing.
I mean, you could text people. At least you could text people, and then you go to Pornhub. Problem solved.
It's like this. Would you rather never being able to root for your favorite football team and no football? So you couldn't watch your team, couldn't discuss your team, you couldn't even wear the gear that you support your team with. Would you rather be without it, or now I was tossing these around. So you're giving up your favorite football team. You're giving up your favorite sports teams as a whole. Everything.
So basically you're giving up sports as a whole.
And you can't support your team with any t-shirt, hoodie, gear, hats, nothing, right?
Are we
Or
would you rather this week?
why not? Let's just have one. Let's just for the shit's sake of it. Or would you rather walk around barefoot everywhere for the rest of your life? Nah, you need to go.
Ohio?
You have to. No. I don't give a damn where you live. You have to attend weddings bare feet. You have to do everything barefooted. Everything.
I mean, I'd probably pick the no sports then.
You'd go without you would go without ever watching sports again.
Yeah,
Take your pennants out of your living room. Get rid of them. No hoodies, no shirts.
I'm gonna want to wear.
You don't wear hats anyway because you're goofy.
I'm gonna want to wear shoes to places. It gets cold. There's snow on the ground.
I would just tune into the Locker Room Rant to get all my sports information.
No, we can't even talk about sports. We would have to do this would you rather shit for an hour and 43 minutes.
I would I think I'd go barefoot. I'd probably move to Florida, somewhere warm, and just go barefoot.
I could
Sports is literally my life.
Mine too. I could never give up my sports. I would have to go barefoot everywhere.
Here's one I was thinking about. You know that presidential book that they say they have, the presidential book of secrets?
Sure.
So say that's a real thing. Would you rather have the presidential book of secrets or the book from Back to the Future that tells you, like, remember that Back to the Future book? Where, like,
I would much rather have the book from Back to the Future. Are you talking about this hypothetically speaking, this book of secrets that's passed down from president to president since the Hoover administration or before?
Yeah, it talks about like aliens and who killed Kennedy and all that.
Yeah. So you're saying provided that was real, provided that was a real thing.
Yeah.
Would you rather have that at your disposal or the book from Back to the Future?
Yes.
The almanac.
Yeah, the Sports Almanac.
Oh man, that's a goodie. Jesus, that's a goodie.
Probably the one from Back to the Future. I think I can make money.
John, I don't want you to lose sleep on this, John.
No, that's a
I feel
good
like-
one though.
I feel like
That's a good one.
you're getting stressed the fuck out.
No. That's a good one. That's exciting, actually. That would be incredible.
You know, Mr. Rogers, that Back to the Future.
Scott would love it. Scott would love the hand-me-down book for sure.
Do you know how much
the
money-
Back to the Future, you could be a billionaire in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, it would ruin. You wouldn't even watch sports anymore. It would ruin sports because you already know the outcome of the games. That'd be terrible.
Yeah.
However, you would be a billionaire from being able to win the games.
Yes.
But the presidential book, you're getting something that money can't buy.
The book, that book would be that. Listen, let me tell you guys about a Showtime show about UFOs that they released military footage, like the pilots, like the pilot cams and shit, and some of the naval ship radar and some of their video, some of their surveillance. Bro, some of this stuff is it was so crazy. These UFOs, these objects are doing things that pilots can't even wrap their heads around it. I mean, they're dropping in elevation faster than anything could possibly do that. They bounce, their angles, the way they shift, and how they fly so low, and then they're just gone, bro. Like just gone, out of sight, just gone. Some of these guys had landed their jets and couldn't explain what they fucking saw. They were speechless, and some were extremely uncomfortable with what they saw. And it's a great series. It's a limited series. It's on Showtime. You guys got to check it out. I was never one for sci-fi and crazy aliens, but these videos have not been altered. Like, they're legit. This is legit shit. And for the first time in 50 years, they're actually revealing this shit. Because people were starting to feel like they were being like made a mockery of, because they were seeing these things. They were seeing these objects that they could not explain. They couldn't explain a ship that was just sitting here. It was just sitting there. I forget what city it was over, but it was it, dude. I know you're looking at me right now, Nick. These are your people. You should share with us.
John's very
what you know.
aliens, by the way.
I'm not. I'm curious. I'm curious as
He
hell.
thinks that
So
the
the
reason
book-
we have
That
the reason
book would
we
be
have all this
everything.
technology is because aliens helped us. Then I asked him,
the
why did the
advancements,
aliens help you?
the advancements
I don't know.
that man has made. Something tells me it's not all man. It's not all by man. I'm sticking to it. That's my conspiracy. Fuck you, hillbilly.
This is the Men in Black thing, John. I just think I think that presidential book would be awesome. I think what I would end up doing, I always have a twist when I think of these things. I always have a twist on how my mind isn't like a normal mind. The Back to the Future book, if you had that, you would be a billionaire. But it would ruin sports. So what I would do is I would take the presidential book, read the fucking thing, and then sell the book for $1 billion.
Yeah, but if I had the sports almanac, I'd know when the 49ers were going to have like a really close game and come out losing. And I'd be able to fuck with John incessantly. And it'd make all that worth it.
jeez.
I hate you so much. You're
All right.
such an asshole. You know,
Let's-
oh man, dude, you are something else.
you guys want to get to
the amount
final
of fun
thoughts?
I could have with that would be endless.
Yeah.
We got
Let's
to
do final thoughts.
We went way off the fucking railings tonight. I don't even think we got to most of the shit we wanted to get to, but maybe we'll do that DraftKings thing some other time. I don't think anyone really gives a shit what our losing DraftKings order is going to be looking like, anyways. But let's go. Final thoughts, Nick.
I have drafted 2 leagues so far, and I have drafted Travis Kelce in both those leagues with my first overall pick. I'm big on Kelce this year. Ideally, I would draft if it's possible, I would draft the trio of Kelce, Hill, and Mahomes. If that were at all possible, I would do that. But I've been unable to do that so far in my 2 drafts. But I'm big on Kelce this year. I think he's going to be a season winner. That's it.
It's like the worst,
Alexa, stop. Sorry.
fucking final thought ever.
I didn't have much else.
You're selfish. It's all about you and your fucking fantasy team. This fantasy team.
Um,
How about you,
You know
John?
what the good thing about both books would be? I could hit you with either book. I just like to hit
True.
you with just. My final thoughts are Cam Newton should certainly settle into a backup role. And the San Francisco 49ers should not have kept Tom Compton over Colton McKivitz or Brendel, the backup center. That bothers me. Those are my final thoughts.
I don't know who any of those people are.
Maybe if they're a tight end, you would have drafted them, hillbilly.
None of those guys will make any difference on your team. I promise you that.
The Chosen Rose says, "Go Browns." We got a Browns fan down there. Nick.
Oh, wow.
Need some backup.
Yeah, you need backup.
Sorry, Izzy. I know.
My final thought is I went to 3 establishments today. I'm not going to talk about which establishments they were, but it was I went to 3 different establishments. At all 3 establishments that I went to, I was asked to round up for change.
Yeah, that's been going on now for a couple years, I think.
I got to tell you, I'm fucking tired of rounding up my change.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a scam.
What do you mean a scam?
Okay. What's the scam?
Are they trying to have you round up for charity?
Yeah, like everywhere I go. I could go
Okay.
to the Nike
let me-
store. I could go to the gas station. I can go to fucking Chick-fil-A. Would you like to round up? Would you like to
that's where it
round up for
happens.
change?
You know
Every
why-
fucking place I go to
You
rounds
know-
up for fucking change.
You know why
I'm
everyone
tired
does
of
it, right? You know why everyone does it, right? It's
No.
not because they're trying to be charitable. They take those donations that you give, and then they donate to charity in their company's name. Thus, they get tax breaks on that donation. So by rounding up your change, you're essentially lowering the taxes for Speedway.
Mm.
You know what?
Nick
Might actually be onto something here.
I
Because
never do it.
This is in his wheelhouse, Tony. Nick might be onto something that actually makes sense. I am a sucker and I do it anyway because I just feel like that's who I am. But Dimitri is not feeling this right now. He
ain't
is not
feeling
buying
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he doesn't
Diddy's
like my
not buying it.
non-charitable ways.
But
Yeah, everywhere I fucking go, would you like to round up your change? And I always do because it's like I like seeing like my transactions as an even number. So
Oh, I
I'm
don't
like,
give a shit about that. I just do it because I'm a sucker and I think that I'm actually making a difference in some way or another. But in the bigger scheme, it's probably nickels, pennies that actually make it to the charity. So
Nick, I think you're onto something, buddy. I'm gonna start saying no. Just because of what you just said.
You think all these people are looking out for the best interests? Why just have them donate their own money? Why are they asking you for
Scott, you're such a dick.
Why are they asking you for your change?
Scott,
You know
Scott,
what? I do that though, Mr.
You guys
Mr.
need
Rogers.
to know about. You got to know about Scott. Scott's a Chiefs fan. We do a show with the guys across the pond on Saturday mornings together, and he's a Chiefs fan, so he torments me, and I have to take it because it's just but in the grand scheme of things, it's not that I don't. It's not about being cheap. I want to help, so I think I'm actually making a contribution. And if that contribution, if Nick is right, Nick's not always right. Nick's sometimes crazy, so he could be wrong entirely. I would like to believe that he's wrong entirely, so that the contribution does actually amount to something, and it goes towards a charitable cause.
Melissa, we have sheets. They're kind of the same thing as Wawa's.
It's not the same thing as Wawa.
It's the same concept.
Wawa is the best.
It's the same concept.
Remember I had Wawa in Delaware?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I used to love Wawa's,
I feel
buddy.
like Wawa is much more popular than Sheets. I feel like it's more places.
It's a shittier name though.
Yeah.
That's what my son calls water.
Wawa.
Wawa? You better learn how to fucking say water. Because I ain't getting Wawa. I don't know what that is. My last final thought is congratulations to my Michigan State alum, Mr. Malik McDowell, for making the Browns 53-man roster.
Putting a lot of hard work.
I think he's going to be awesome for you guys, and I'm really excited that he made your roster.
He might even make a difference too.
Izzy had a free sandwich from Wawa. Those are my two favorite things in the world. My two favorite words are in that one sentence: free, and Wawa. Ricky Rubio, Nick. What the hell's going on? Who's the chosen rose?
Is Chosen Rose, isn't she the Browns fan?
Yeah, Ricky Rubio. Nick? I don't know what's that mean. Sounds like an inside joke.
I don't know.
You guys, do you guys remember Justin Hilliard from the Buckeyes linebacker? You remember him?
No.
Well, he was a Niner and he got cut off the 50. He got cut today. I was kind of disappointed. Not because he was just a Buckeye. I thought he was actually a really good linebacker, and I'm kind of bummed. I hope he goes on. I hope he goes. I hope he comes back. We stash him on the practice squad because I feel like he's going to be a great linebacker. But that's besides the point.
I forgot that the Cavs got Ricky Rubio.
They did. That's what I was thinking. I was like, Ricky Rubio, what? Where did he go? And he's a Cavalier. Who is the chosen rose? Do we know this person?
I got news for you. Ricky Rubio. If he is on the Cavs and didn't take like a buyout or some shit like that, and he actually has to play with the Cavs all year long, I actually really feel bad for him.
Oh yeah, chosen rose. I'm not sure if you know this. I'm not a Cavs fan ever since they brought LeBron back. I used to be, but ever since they brought LeBron back, I kind of turned my back on them because I hate LeBron. But I love every other Cleveland team.
Sorry, Izzy. I know. I shouldn't have brought it up. Sensitive subject.
All right, guys. We have one more show before the start of the season. Next week's show will mark the beginning of the football season.
So pumped.
Do you guys have anything else for the people watching out there?
No.
As always, love you all. Please hit subscribe down below. If you have any topics you want us to get to for a show, let us know. Leave us some comments, maybe give us some likes. I saw last week's show, we got our first dislike, which I thought was pretty cool. I don't know why, but I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was cool to get a dislike.
I'm really grateful, and I am so grateful to have the Niners fans come out and support the channel. Denise, Mariah, Dion, 49er Chanel. Who else am I leaving out? If I've left you out, it's not personal. Thank you all for supporting us this week. I hope you guys make a return for the next episode. Just glad to have your support. Thank you very much. Fellas.
Until next time, getting closer to the season. Next show will be even closer. We'll see you guys next week on the Locker Room Rant.